What's up everybody, welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to teach you exactly what is the difference between let, var and const. So this is one of the common interview question, like most of the interviews are actually asking this question in the JavaScript interviews. So before we do any further, I will show you one thing to you. So let's go ahead and check that out. So this is one of the project currently I'm actually working and I'm going to search these const and var in this project. So I'm going to do the global search over here. You can see I'm going to type here the const. As you guys can see here, the 4978 times I'm actually using, so these people are actually using the const in this project. So very big number. Let's go ahead and check the let here. You can see only 264 times, guys, very less, right? You can see the var, how many times are actually using here, only 3 times. See, the const we are using very huge in this project, and let we are using very less, and var almost we are not using in the project. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that out. So what is const and let and where we are actually using all those things so in this project. So first and foremost, what is the purposes of using the let, const and var? The very first thing is, if you want to store any kind of the data in the JavaScript, we are using the let, const and var. Here you can see I'm storing some kind of the data here. You can see I'm storing a string value to this let name, and I'm storing one boolean value to this username, and I'm actually storing some like some number here over here. So like this, if you want to store any kind of the data, we are using let, const and var. But here is the question. So why, here is the question, like I'm using the let here, but why we are using var and why we are using const again? So that is the question. So okay, I'm going to tell you why you're using that one also. Let me comment this out. Here you can see, so what is the difference between let and const here? Let me comment this. I already write some code here for the time being. Here you can see I just took let keyword here, and I just take one variable name, and I send Harsh into here. And once again I will try to reassign some value to this last name, and I'm trying to print that in the console. Let me save this. You can see all those things over here. Okay, so this is working pretty much fine. Just I took one let, and I try to assign some new value. I mean, I'm trying to update some new value to this let. There is no problem at all. So here you can see I just took a var, and I assigned one value to this variable name, and I try to update the value with a new name. So okay, not a problem here. So this is also working. So I just try to update here. So not a problem with the var. And coming to the const, I just assigned one value to the const, and I'm trying to reassign a new value to the same const variable. So but I got some error here. You can see here. You can see the error here, and you can see the error over here also. Assignment to the const variable. So the problem here is, so when you try to update a new value to the let, there is no problem. When you try to update the new value with the var, there is no problem. But when you try to update the new value to this const, we are getting some kind of the problem. So that means you cannot update the value to the const. That is the thing. So let, not a problem, and const also, I mean var also not a problem. When you come to the const, there is a problem. Okay, don't try to update the new values to the const. Okay, so that is the main difference. And let me comment this out. So coming to the second point, I'm going to come to the next point. So what is this? So var is a functional scope, and let and const are the block scope. What is exactly mean by this? Okay, let me uncomment this one. Here you can see what I actually wrote here. Let me uncomment, comment this one also. Here I took a variable, I gave the true value here, and I just do a check. You can see this is the block. This is the block. I write some code inside the block here, and so I'm var. I would like to try to console this one over here. So let's see what is the result. Let me save it. You can see there is no problem at all. Here just try to print it this out. Okay, not a problem. And I'm trying to console the let. Okay, so this is the let, and this is the let related console. Let me save this. We will get some kind of the problem here. Let me save that up. You can see, so let value is not defined. So the meaning is, this is actually the block. So you cannot access the block level, you cannot access the variable which is declared in the block at the outside. So that is one of the biggest issue over here. So if you try to take any kind of the let value, so inside the block you can't access that outside of the block. So that is the thing you have to remember. So let me comment this one, and let's go ahead and check the const. Here similarly I took one const variable, and I'm trying to access that value outside of the block. Let me save that out. See here you got the same problem. So you can't access the const value outside of the block. Okay, so please remember, so where is a function scope, and let and const are actually the block scope. Don't try to access, you can't access the let and const value outside of the block. Okay, so that is the thing you have to remember over here. Okay, so I hope you understand. So let's go ahead and check the next point here. So let me comment this out. Okay, I hope you make sense. Here you can see var can redeclare the variables, and the rest of the things cannot. That means you can redeclare the var as many times as you can, but when you come to the const and let, you cannot. Okay, what is the meaning of that? Let me write something here, and I'm going to show you here. So you can see the var, and I'm going to write my name and try to assign some value here. Okay, and okay, so I will try to duplicate it, and I'm going to write something new here. Here you can see I just took var, and I try to assign some value here, and I just take the same variable name and I try to reassign some new value. Here you can see there is no problem at all. I just try to console this one, my name, let me save it. You can see the Sujan I got updated here. Okay, so this is the thing guys. So you can redeclare the values to the var, but you cannot redeclare the values to the let and const. I'm going to take the let here, and let me save this. You can see you cannot do this. Okay, so here you can see the identifier my name is already being declared. You cannot redeclare the values to the let, so that is the problem. Okay, so what about the const? Let me remove the let and write const here, and I'm going to save this. You can do the same problem guys. Okay, so the thing is when you come to the var, you can redeclare the value again and again, there is no problem, but when it comes to the let and const, you cannot redeclare the value. Okay, so that is the thing here. Okay, let me tell once again. So var and const, these three things are actually you're using the storage, so store some kind of the values, and when you come to the const, you cannot redeclare the, you cannot assign the new value to the const, but you can assign the value to the let and const, let and var. Okay, so var is the functional scope, and let and const are actually the block scope. You cannot access the let and const outside. You can access the var to the outside, and you can var you can redeclare the value, but when it comes to the let and const, you cannot redeclare the value. Okay, so my suggestion is, so most of the time try to use the const. If you want to update any kind of value in future, please take the let. Don't take the var. So nowadays after coming the ES6, no one using the var. Okay, so that's pretty much it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you guys in the next video.